Welcome back to Missouri Mayhem, Mystery and Murder. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Megan. We are so happy to be back with you today. Hope everyone listening is having a great day. You guys, today we're going to be listening to the story about a serial killer named Gary Randall Muehlberg, aka the package killer. Never heard of this personally.
Well, you'll understand why he's the package killer shortly.
That's what I was going to say. And this package killer comes from St. Louis, and this happened between the years of 1990 and 1993. Those were good years.
They were good.
Thank you so much to everybody listening today again. And we want to especially say thank you to those who are on our Patreon, whether you're there as an Alibi member or you're there with our free subscription. We really appreciate that. And we wanted to remind you, we do have a new email. We've had a few people reach out already, which has been exciting. That email address is Missouri Mayhem Sisters at gmail.com. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share this episode with your true crime lovers. We'd love for you to rate and review. That's how people find our podcast. So,
yeah. Okay, so today we are going back to, like Megan said, 1990. And here are some few fun facts from that year. And, I keep doing baby names, but they are always the same.
They're all the same as I'm
going to
Jessica,
tell you.
Amanda, that song from the
Little
Monica.
Amanda. No, really. So Jessica, Brittany, Ashley, Amanda, Samantha, Michael, Christopher, Matthew, Joshua, Daniel.
Yeah.
Still the same. And best car of the year.
Honda Accord. Yep. I feel
I'm getting bored with my naming.
Baby names were pretty much very much the same through the 80s and 90s. It was just people were like, these are good names.
Yeah, they were good names too. I know a lot of people with those names that are good people.
Me too.
Events of 1990. The Hubble Space Telescope was launched.
Yes.
The Persian Gulf War began. The World Wide Web was born.
Oh my gosh, in 1990?
Yeah, but didn't we just read the other day where the first text was sent in like 92 or something?
Yes.
The U.S. population had reached 249 million that year.
Oh.
First McDonald's opens in Moscow. And then Ice Ice Baby topped the charts, just like not
forever.
Just for that, but like just forever.
Ice.
Isn't it still number one?
Ding, 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 ding. And what's his name? Rob. What's his name that sang that? Vanilla
I'm not
Ice?
sure. Rob.
He just keeps showing up. He had like a home building show for a while a few years ago. He's kind of reinventing himself all the time. Okay, the other thing about, the McDonald's opening in Moscow. Have you ever been to a McDonald's in a foreign country?
No.
Okay, so when Spence and I went over to Europe, we were in London, I think. Yeah, and we went to a McDonald's there. And I'm thinking, London, it's going to be, oh no, they had like all these burgers, like the Texas burger.
What?
Like the New York burger. They were like United States themed. And I'm like, I didn't come over here to get a Texas burger. I want a London burger.
Why don't they do that here?
Right. Yeah. It was
Kansas City burger at McDonald's.
Yeah. It was interesting, but strange. So, yeah.
So how have you been?
I am good. Yes, very good. We, let's see. Oh, Terry and I went to his company party last weekend, and his company is amazing. I won't say who it is, but they threw this little party, and Terry is the luckiest person. And we won some awesome gift cards for Kansas City. So that was exciting.
Good deal.
To a restaurant, to the Kansas City Symphony.
That works.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Oh, not a lot. Just,
living life.
Living life. Shall we begin talking about Gary Randall Muehlberg?
Like I said, I know nothing about Gary, so this will be interesting.
Okay. Well, Gary was born on February 27th, 1949. He is an American serial killer who killed at least 4 women and 1 man in and around St. Louis, Missouri from 1990 to 1993. He is known as the package killer because he disposed his victims' bodies in containers or wrapped them in plastic.
Okay, that is not, when you said the package killer.
That's not what you thought. What did you think?
I assumed like he was sending packages to people with poison,
body
or
parts,
a bomb, or something. Was not thinking that's how he disposed of his victims.
Yes. He originally was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment for the murder of a man in 1993, and then that was linked to 4 more murders via DNA
Nice.
not until 2022.
Wow.
Yes, to which he pleaded guilty and received additional life terms. But yeah,
Okay.
DNA was such a breakthrough for everything.
Well, and okay, so he went to prison in '93 for
Mhm.
killing a man, and
Yes,
then so over 20, almost 30 years later,
while he's in
in
prison.
prison, they link him to
Yep,
the DNA of 4 women.
yep, and so
Wow.
we're gonna talk about his life, we're gonna talk about his criminal history before he started killing,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
his little murder spree.
Okay.
So, like I said, he was born on February 27th, 1949, to William and Christina Muehlberg. He grew up in a prosperous environment, had good parents. They both took good care of their children. His father was a World War II vet, served
Okay.
on the board of governors. I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know either.
But he served on that board in several districts from 1955 to 1957. In 1966, William Muehlberg, so his dad, accepted a high paid position at Gulf Oil, after which the family moved from St. Louis to Salina. Is it Salina?
I think it's Salina.
Salina, Kansas.
So
Yes.
he has a good
Life.
childhood. Like,
He
we
does.
can't look back and say he had trauma as a child as far as we know. Like, he had a decent childhood.
I know. And I was talking to Ross about that this morning, and I said he had everything going for him. What went wrong? And Ross made it perfectly clear: mental illness. And
Ment
I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense,
yeah, and maybe yeah, absolutely.
So,
Or,
anyway,
again, there could be sometimes I wonder too, like, maybe there was trauma that
that they don't remember.
or that he has never spoken about, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm,
who knows?
mhm.
So, yeah, interesting.
So, after his graduation from high school in 1968, Gary and his older brother Ronald were drafted into the Army to fight in Vietnam. Gary did not see the combat because he was stationed around various military bases,
Okay.
but his brother was killed in action on August 21st, 1968, during one of the battles in the Mekong Delta region.
Okay, well, there
So
you go.
that's some trauma
That
right
is
there.
big time. So we're talking about, like, these are around dad's age. These
Y
this is
Yes,
this guy's around dad's age.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
After completing his service, he returned to his parents' home in Salina, where he married his high school sweetheart in June of 1970, with whom they had one son with shortly after their wedding.
Okay, high school sweetheart.
High school sweethearts, yes. So
Okay.
everything does look pretty normal
Yeah,
and
I mean, he's got losing his brother, but he's got a
yeah.
wife and had good
Lots of
parents.
people lose people,
They do, absolutely, and
doesn't
don't
give
go
you an
out.
excuse of murder.
Right.
So in February of 1972, so he would have been 23 when his crime spree
So
started.
just 23.
Yeah, 23. He was arrested for allegedly robbing and raping an 18-year-old girl in Salina. Am I saying it right?
It's Selena or Salina.
I'm sorry,
It's okay, you
everybody.
guys. We
Salina.
whatever it is, we
Anyway, the
agree.
victim told police that he had broken into her home, how terrifying, while she was alone and then raped her at knife point. After he had finished, the rapist stole money and valuables before leaving. Shortly after his arrest, Muehlberg was ordered to undergo a forensic psychi- psychi- psychiatric
Yes, yes.
examination where he was found to be insane.
What?
So, therefore, at the trial, he was convicted of the robbery charge, but found not guilty by reason of insanity.
So they okay,
So, do you see how this is a lot like the Lorenzo
just getting away with
with
it,
getting away?
no consequence.
Yes.
Like, and here's my thing is, I would love to see that psychiatric examination where
Yeah.
they said he was insane. Was it an act? You know, it sounds like he may have been pretty smart. Was this an act? Was he really insane? Sounds like he might have been insane. So let's
Well,
see. Yeah.
yeah. So, after spending a month in the county jail for that,
Ugh,
yeah, by reason of insanity, or I'm sorry, he spent a month in the county jail. It was by reason of insanity that he got such a short sentence. Muehlberg was transferred to a veterans hospital in Topeka, where he underwent treatment for several months.
okay.
So, mental health treatment.
Okay.
He was considered to no longer be a threat to society, uh, and was released in December of 1972 from prison and went to St.
So
Louis.
went back to St. Louis.
Okay,
So
guys.
okay. So
Sorry,
first of
sorry,
all,
I got a frog in my throat a lot.
I do too. So okay, first of all, got help or tried to, and we're thinking, okay, and remember, you guys, this is in the 70s.
Yeah.
They didn't know a ton about as much about mental health as we do today.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like maybe they tried to help them, but as we know today, a few months in a veterans hospital isn't gonna cure someone
No,
who's
and they did
insane.
not help him because December of 1972 is when he was released from that, county
Program.
jail, that program, and later that very month,
Oh,
Megan,
so just a month
yeah,
later.
he got arrested again for assaulting a 14-year-old
Oh
girl.
my gosh. Yeah, so he didn't learn anything.
Well, and listen to this one. The victim said that she heard knocking on the door of her house. There was a man asking to use the
Oh,
telephone.
Lord. No, no, don't
Yeah,
let
I
it.
know. Never fall for that. After he got inside, he threatened her with a knife, bound and gagged her, and then locked her in the bedroom or the bathroom. I'm sorry. Then he attempted to search the house for valuables, but was forced to flee after a car pulled up to the house. That girl is so lucky.
Thank
I don't, and they
goodness.
never say who that car was.
But somebody
Yeah.
pulled up.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
So after the 14-year-old was rescued,
Mhm.
she reported the incident to the police and later identified him as her assailant from a series of photographs, resulting in his arrest.
Okay.
Okay. So then he has a trial for this. At his trial, his attorneys requested that he be acquitted on the grounds of insanity.
Again.
Again. But this time, the medical examiner found him sane.
Oh,
Ha ha, there
okay,
you
so
go,
there
mofo.
okay. Seriously?
Yeah.
Insane? Now he's sane?
Now he's not.
Yeah, no, that's not I mean, and again, though, I'm glad they found him sane. Trying to pull
Yeah,
that bullshit of I'm
they did.
insane
And
again.
as a result of him being insane, he was convicted of assault and sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Okay, good.
Shortly after his conviction, though, his wife divorced him and Muehlberg permanently lost contact with his son,
As he should have.
as he should have. And then in 1977, at the age of 28 years old, he was paroled.
So at this point, he's been in jail twice for hurting
Mhm.
women
Mhm.
and robbing.
Mhm.
Would have probably raped that 14-year-old if she hadn't been rescued.
Well,
Or did he?
no, he probably would have killed
Or
her.
killed her, yes, because at this point, he's not killed
He has
anybody.
not killed anybody yet, but you can see how he's slowly working up to it.
Absolutely,
And,
just
like we talked earlier, okay, so he's had the trauma of losing his brother. Now he's lost a second wife.
and we have to think too, in Vietnam, we don't know what he saw in Vietnam,
Yep,
which
we
it said
don't.
he didn't do active duty, but
You could still see things, yes.
yes. Oh boy, okay, so now he's 28 and he's been in jail pretty much a good portion of his 20s.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so if that wasn't enough, let's look into his even further downward spiral after he
Yes.
paroled. So, after he was released, Muehlberg and he decided to maybe change his life. He enrolled at the Central Methodist College where he studied psychology.
What?
Psychology.
Psychology, okay, this tells me then
Right?
that insane plea he worked that.
It was either going to be psychology or like forensics or
Which reminds me of that freaking Brian Kohlberger from the
totally.
Idaho thing.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
was
He thought, "Oh, psychology, I'd be good at that because 'cause
I
I'm good at
can
manipulating
yes,
people."
yes, 100%.
After graduating, he attended a graduate school, so he went
So
on to try to get his master's.
so he
He
graduated.
and did from CMSU.
Your alma mater.
Yes. Go CMSU. And in 1980, he married for the second time and had 2 additional children.
So I wonder I mean, surely she had no clue.
Surely not.
And so here, this woman has married a rapist, a guy who's been in jail. I wonder if she had any idea. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, they said he was a very, very manipulative man.
Yeah, he obviously had many faces that he could put on,
Mhm,
and had 2
and
more kids.
get this, not only to get married, but during this period, he worked as a teacher for the Hubert Wheeler School, but he soon lost interest and quit.
Probably because nobody fell for his tricks. So,
School teacher, could you imagine? He's teaching your children.
well, he tried to do this, that she was 14, this last one, he got jail
Mhm.
time for.
Yes!
And he's around kids.
Yes!
Can you imagine being a parent of kids at that school
And
finding
realizing what
out,
happened.
or if your kid had him as a teacher?
Mm-mm. So he
Ugh.
quit, thank goodness, he quit teaching.
Good.
In the following years, Muehlberg experienced employment problems and financial hardship, resorting to doing low-skilled labor and repairing houses across St. Louis. He also worked as a repairman for the Moolah Shrine Center, maintaining various structures on the ground. So
So this is interesting.
he got
Like,
his master's, he did all this, he was a teacher, and now he is going to repair houses.
sounds like to me, he follows through. He got his degree, but I don't know. It sounds like he's constantly searching for something else, or like he gets bored easily. It's like he has
Mm.
to create drama or change, or I don't know.
He for sure does because his relationship with his second wife deteriorated rapidly,
Oh boy.
and they divorced in 1986, so he was 34,
Now,
similar to his first wife.
are we assuming then from 77 when he was paroled to 86, he was crime free?
Right,
We're assuming that.
he's trying to live a normal
Normal.
life.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but hold on. So, anyway, he finally lost contact with his second wife
Oh,
and basically took no part in raising the children.
so he has 3 kids out there that he had nothing to
Yes,
do with.
nothing to do with. And then here we go. In the late 1980s, Muehlberg gave up on legal ways of making money and started dealing drugs. So when
Shit hits the fan.
this is when shit really starts.
Yeah.
Listen to what he did, Megan.
So he has these degrees. He didn't have
Yes.
to resort to this. So he
No.
just kinda decided.
Listen to what he did with his time. He built a fake wall in the basement of his house with bricks,
What?
behind which he set up a cache where he would store dozens of kilos of marijuana. He built a fake wall in his basement.
You know what this story sounds like?
What?
What that sounds like? Any fellow literary people out there? Edgar Allan Poe's story, The Cask of Amontillado.
Ooh.
There was a story where there was a basement. It was like a catacomb, and this guy had built a brick wall, and he took a guy down there, and he ended up tricking him to get inside,
Yes, you know
and
what
he
else
walled him up.
you know what else that reminds me of?
What?
That TV show You on Netflix, where he has
Yes.
that room and he
Oh my gosh, and he takes people
You,
in
YOU, you gotta watch it,
yes,
people, Netflix.
Penn is that Penn Badgley?
Yeah, I
He's
think
so
so.
so good. Yeah,
Yeah.
anyways. Okay, so anyways, that's back on topic, but he used his brick wall to hide drugs
Yes. Okay, so and he spent most of his time at one of the fast food restaurants near his house where he soon made many friends.
at the fast
Fast food
food
restaurants.
place.
And during this time, he started frequently using the services of prostitutes.
Wow. He went I mean, he decided
He
he
did.
was
He
gonna
just
go
went
one way, and
straight
he's
down.
gonna go that
And
way.
he invited them to his home.
Yeah.
It was always
Yeah.
at his
His
home.
house.
He was known to be a manipulator, a liar, and was generally disliked by the local community.
So he had friends at the restaurant, and that was about it, and people
Yeah.
knew he's a drug dealer, he prostitutes women, so people knew
Mhm.
what he was.
And then
Okay.
in the
But
early
still, no
90s
killings yet.
no killings not yet.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
gonna do that here in a second. So in the early 1990s, Muehlberg got into the business of buying and selling used cars, and it would be this that would be his demise, really.
The
He
car situation?
Yes. He attempted to get a number of his friends and acquaintances involved in this business, but was unsuccessful in this endeavor. So,
Okay.
lots of mayhem from Muehlberg, but let's get down to business and talk about the
Okay.
murders.
So we got okay. So 77 out of jail. We're now in the 90s.
We are now March 22nd, 1990, 18-year-old Robin J. Meehan went missing.
Oh,
She was a fun-loving mother of two with a drug addiction. She worked as a prostitute alongside her friend and fellow prostitute Faye Sparks. Now, they had this street there that they called the Cherokee Street Stroll.
that they kinda worked
And that's where the working women strolled.
strolled. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
In
they did
St. Louis.
yes. And Robin and Faye, they had a little plan that they worked out together for safety. In order to avoid getting in trouble, the pair always had to know where the other one was, which is smart.
Yes.
And they wrote down each other's license plate numbers so they knew the last car they got into
Good.
and never got into the same car.
Smart. They had a plan, a buddy plan.
Yes. So according to Mihan's, and I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong,
Okay.
Mihan's
Yeah.
brother, on the day of her disappearance, she disregarded those
Oh,
rules.
shoot, of course, the one time
Yeah,
she probably
due to her addiction. I'm
oh,
not sure what that means, and got into a car that was out of Sparks' view.
I have a feeling she needed her drugs. She was probably
Yep.
and
She's like, "Oh,
she's like,
fuck
"Man,
it."
I need a hit or whatever, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna just go this time."
I know.
Ugh,
I know Faye's not here right now, but I'm just going to go
I
ahead
gotta do it.
and go for it.
Yeah,
So she disregarded those rules and her because of her addiction, got her in the car, and Sparks was out of view. She
yeah.
could not see her friend anymore. Under questioning, Muehlberg stated that after kidnapping Mihan, he attacked, beat, and stabbed her several times, including in the head.
What?
Sorry about the mayhem, guys. He then drove back to his house and locked her in his basement for the next several days, where he sexually assaulted and tortured her in various ways before strangling her.
What?
4 days later, Muehlberg dumped her corpse along a highway northwest of St. Louis in Silex. The body was found tied between two mattresses with coat hangers.
What? He
I am so
went
sorry to have to tell you about all that.
he went from, doing terrible things in his 20s, obviously, the
Yes,
things he did, but hadn't killed anyone,
right.
to he beat and stabbed her several times in the head, so she's still alive
Mhm,
and in the basement being how
mhm.
awful, that poor
And he,
girl.
as his
Poor
name
girl.
goes, he packaged her in between 2
Mattresses with
mattresses,
coat
hangers.
he just he did lose his mind.
Yes, and so
Wow, so that's his first murder.
yeah. So then then Brenda Pruitt went missing on May 5th, 1990. So that would have been 2 months after the last one.
Okay, so wow.
Yeah, so on May 5th, 1990, she went missing 5 months before her body was even found.
Okay.
Okay, she was a 27-year-old mother of a young child and lived just a few blocks from the Cherokee Stroll. Brenda had a troubled past with multiple charges of burglary and robbery against her. On October 4th of 1990, her body was found wrapped in a plastic trash can in Maryland Heights, which is a northwest suburb of St. Louis. Her body was so badly decomposed and mutilated that she remained unidentified for 5 months.
Well, before they could even
Yes.
identify. You know, and we've said this before, prostitutes and sex workers are vulnerable people.
Very.
Very, and he knew that, and
Yeah.
he's taking
So
advantage of that.
many
So sad.
die like that.
Oh, yes.
An investigation revealed that the victim, Brenda Pruitt, had been bound with Conex electrical cable, which was used by a number of construction companies in St. Louis to run electrical wiring during apartment and home renovations.
Okay.
Now, because a fragment of the same cable had been used to bundle the mattresses between Mihan's body, was police linked the 2 murders based on the mattress and the Conex electrical
Cable.
cable.
So that cable was used on both of these women, and
Yes.
they're like, "Okay, this has to be this is not just a coincidence that."
Then, after determining that the trash bags were manufactured by a company called Biner Hardware, police started interviewing employees and obtained a list of regular customers. Guess what?
Never,
Muehlberg was never suspected.
of course.
Never
Never, never.
suspected. And remind you, we do not have DNA.
And you know what though? And I gotta say, this is the 1990. That those police are doing some decent police work. They're trying to match, you know what I'm saying?
How
Figuring
is
out,
he not even a suspect?
yeah, they're doing some pretty, and then for him to not even be on their radar.
So eventually, what they had to do was the coroners had to use dental x-rays to identify the victim, and I
Oh,
realized it was 27-year-old Brenda Pruitt.
so victim number two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, victim number 3. She was 40. Her name was Donna Rittmeyer, and she was the mother of 3 girls ranging in ages from 13 through the late 20s. She was also known as a sex worker and addict. She was reported missing by her friend Sheila Leach. As per Leach's account, Donna and her had been dropped off at the Cherokee Stroll
Okay.
together, and later Donna left to meet a client. Donna and Leach were supposed to meet up later that night, but Donna never showed up. Leach inquired about her at her house, but to no avail. She was last seen on a street in St. Louis on her way to meet an acquaintance.
Dang
On
it.
June 11th, 1990, her body was found inside a dumpster, all wrapped up in plastic garbage bags.
Oh my gosh.
An exact cause of death could not be determined, but it was concluded that it was a result of a homicide. You think?
Yeah, so he just keeps going back to the same place
Yeah,
where it's
he's
vulnerable.
not getting caught.
No, and he's just
It's
getting
just becoming easier and easier
yes, he's like, "Okay, nobody's even on to me," and they're not gonna be for another, like, 30
because
years.
guess what? None of these sex workers
No
have
one's
anybody watching out
that's
for them.
exactly, and
And
that's why they're
oh, I
vulnerable.
haven't heard from Donna in 4 months. Well, she's out
She's a
sex
drug
working.
addict.
No, she's dead.
Yeah, no, somebody yeah, and that's why, like, those 2 having that buddy plan,
That
and then
was
you don't stick yeah, it's like, man, and the one time they didn't stick to it, it's like, that's so awful.
yeah.
Okay, so that was victim number 3.
3. So now we have victim number 4, Sandy Little. So on September 4th, 1990, 21-year-old mother of 1, Sandy Little, was reported missing.
Well,
Unlike the previous victims, she was not a prostitute, but
okay.
had spent most of her life in foster homes, orphanages, and running away from school quite
So
often.
also vulnerable. I mean,
Very
they
much
yeah,
not really belonging to
any
any.
group
Yeah,
that's gonna check on her.
yes. Shortly before her death, she had been living with her fiance, with whom
Okay.
she had 1 son. Her skeletal remains were found on February 17th, so
Gosh,
5 months later,
yes.
on the side of I-70 near O'Fallon. I know.
Oh, gosh.
I'm telling you, I-70
I-70,
is
man.
that highway.
There's a lot of shit
Woo!
that happens along that road.
After committing the murder, Muehlberg placed the girl's body, check this out, in a wooden box before disposing of it. Dog hair was found on the bodies of Meehan, Pruitt, and Little, 3 of the women, the
Get
same dog
dog
hair.
hair.
And when questioned about this, Muehlberg admitted that he did indeed have a dog at his home during the 1990s.
And so has he killed all 4 of these women in 1990?
Between 90 and 93.
Okay, okay. Oh my gosh. So
Well, the man was in 93, and I'm getting ready to talk about to
okay,
you about
gotcha,
him.
gotcha. Because that's
Yeah,
what he ends up getting caught
this is the one he ends up getting caught for.
okay,
So,
got it.
Kenneth Atchison, and I feel so horrible for this man because he was just an elderly gentleman that wanted to buy a car, and,
Terrible.
yeah. So
Just was
Kenneth
that wrong
Atchison
spot, like that wrong spot
yes,
at the wrong time, huh?
yes. Atchison was a construction worker who was out of work due to bad arthritis. He started doing odd jobs around town. The killer, which we know who that is, hired him for a project at his home. So him and Atchison, they were regulars at the Overland Diner and knew each other very well. They even shared meals together. The 2 were said to have a small altercation over the dimensions of the materials purchased, and Atchison left without doing the job.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this left Muehlberg pissed off.
Yeah.
So later, he lured Atchison back in with the sale of a Cadillac for the amount of $6,000.
No, I mean, like, and that was, like, luring him in.
Yes. And the family, Atchison's family, reported that 57-year-old Atchison, left to meet his murderer at his Bell Ridge home. That's uh
Like a street or whatever, or is that a town?
no. That's where Muehlberg lived.
Oh, okay,
Was on
gotcha.
Bell Ridge home.
Okay.
On February 9th, 1903, driving to it in his 1987 Chrysler, Atchison planned to exchange the Chrysler for the
Okay.
money for the Cadillac.
Okay.
His family later reported him missing. What do you think happened to him?
So luckily, he had told someone where he was going and
Yes,
what he was doing.
true. Since a number of relatives were aware that he wanted to buy a car from Muehlberg, Atchison's brother, Vernon, reported his disappearance to the police.
Good.
The police were also contacted by a friend of Muehlberg, who in turn stated that, mayhem here, stated that that it had been offered money. He had been offered money to make a large wooden box about 2 meters in length. That's about 6 feet long. That could be used as a coffin.
And you didn't find that weird?
Weird. After 6 weeks, about 6 weeks after Atchison disappeared, another acquaintance of Muehlberg named Ron Solankas contacted authorities. He
Okay.
had some suspicions going on as
About
well.
Gary.
So, so Ron called the authorities about Gary, and he claimed that Gary had tried to hire him.
What?
Yeah, hire him for some unloading work to remove items from his basement, which he wanted to be moved to a nearby landfill.
Sketchy.
Yeah.
No.
According to Solankas's claims, the basement contained a crudely made coffin. Listen to this, made of plywood sheets with male socks sticking out of it.
And those were those
Yes.
those were Kenneth Atchison's
Yes.
socks. Oh my gosh.
Yes, he had supposedly been offered a 1984 Mercury Cougar in exchange for the job, but Solankas declined.
Yeah. So I wonder after 6 okay, he'd been gone for Atchison had been gone for 6 weeks when this was reported.
Yes.
My gosh. And this shows too how brazen Gary is getting. Like,
It's
the fact that
I'm not getting caught.
no, he's killed 4 people and not been caught, and now he's just out there asking all kinds of people for help.
Yeah. Okay, so after receiving this information, officers freaking finally obtained a search warrant and went to arrest Muehlberg for the last freaking time. But by the time he had already fled the state,
Of course.
he had already fled the state by the time they got there. A search of the home led to the location of Atchison's body. So that was him,
and that.
whose hands had been handcuffed.
Oh.
An autopsy determined that he had been asphyxiated to death. This part, sorry, mayhem, but was repeatedly tortured, stabbed, and shot while alive.
So this guy,
Why?
Sick sicko. Like he not only got a thrilling killing, he got a
You
thrill
still
out of
feel bad for him for his
no,
everything he went through?
no,
Right?
and so he killing, torturing, mutilation,
So
and
bad that
then
they couldn't even, like, recognize faces.
and then putting them in these boxes or packages. It's like
Yeah.
a whole process for him. It's so gross.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So, finally, let's talk about the arrest, trial, and imprisonment.
Yes, please.
During interrogations following his identification as the package killer, Muehlberg, finally fessing up, claimed that he had picked up a young woman in his car in South St. Louis sometime between 1990 or 91. He could not recall the order in which he had killed his victims, but remembered that he had kept this particular victim's remains in his basement for a long period of time. He originally kept them, this is so gross. He originally kept them in an oversized cardboard box, but after it started deteriorating, a cardboard box, due to decomposition, he decided to buy steel barrel and stuff them inside that.
Oh my gosh, just keeping them.
What are you doing? The
And
smell and
what?
the blood and the what are you doing?
Like, and getting pleasure out of this.
And knowing that
You have a body in your basement
a
decomposing.
couple, maybe. He then claimed that he had dumped the barrel near a self-service car wash. The car wash owner's son stated that such a barrel had indeed been found.
The disrespect for these people. Your family members thinking of their last moments and then what was done to their bodies. I mean, awful.
Yeah,
This
and what
guy,
they were scared.
like their last moments.
Yeah.
Awful. I mean, that's when I see things like that, I just think of and these women lived hard lives anyways.
Yeah.
And then to have it end like that.
So after a brief manhunt, Muehlberg was located and detained in Wayne County, Illinois on March 27th, 1993. Because when they went to his house, remember, he'd
Good.
already left.
Bam.
Yes. When questioned, he admitted the fact that he knew the victim and that his body, Kenneth
Aw.
Atchison, was in the basement, but refused to admit that he had killed
Oh,
him. This
Piss off.
I know. Muehlberg instead attempted to place the blame on Chuck Nichols, a former employee who supposedly also wanted to buy the car and then supposedly
Oh,
murdered Atchison during an
an argument.
argument.
Okay.
No, he
No,
didn't.
you did it, and you're
Yeah.
a piece of crap
Yeah.
trying to blame it on someone else.
Suspicion against the Nichols brothers increased after it was
Ugh,
established that they were involved in drug trafficking, for which they were eventually tried and convicted.
so was
However,
Muehlberg, though. I'm not a
yeah,
big drug dealer.
yeah, he had marijuana behind the brick wall. However, only Muehlberg was charged in
Good.
Atchison's murder. Yes, and he was found guilty in September of 1995.
2 years later. It
Yes,
drives me crazy
but
how long it takes, but at
but
least he's found
yes,
guilty.
speaking of time, hold on a second.
Okay,
So in November of that year of 1995, he was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. Yay.
good,
Muehlberg's attorneys attempted to appeal his conviction, but it was rejected in
good.
99. During his subsequent years of detention, was regarded as an exemplary prisoner who was never reprimanded for any
How are
violations.
you I mean, that's Jekyll and Hyde. Maybe here I think he is insane. How do you go from living a life till you're 23, pretty normal, to
Yeah.
raping and robbing and then murder? I mean,
He
and
just kept
now
getting away with
and then
it, I tell
going
you.
to jail and being a model prisoner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So now he has been tried and convicted for one murder.
Murder.
We still have 4 victims out
The
there.
4 women.
Yeah. So what about them? Let's talk about that. For almost 3 decades, you guys, the murders attributed to the so-called package killer went unsolved. Then in 2008, the cases were reopened due to DNA, and in March of 22, authorities got a hit on Muehlberg for one of the murders.
With the DNA.
Yes, with the DNA.
Good.
Shortly afterwards, he was interviewed and expressed willingness to cooperate with authorities, fully confessing to all the
Well,
murders.
I mean, at least
Might
he
as
did
well.
that. I mean, at least he finally admitted it and
Yeah.
wasn't trying to continue to be
But of
fine.
course, we've got a little plea deal here going.
Of
In
course.
exchange for his cooperation and the fact that he's suffering from kidney failure,
Oh,
poor thing. How
so
about
sad.
the girl you kept in your basement?
Yeah, I hope you
Yeah.
feel a lot of pain
Prosecutors
soon.
agreed not to seek the death penalty
What? Because he
because,
already is
yeah,
dying.
yeah. Over the next several months, Muehlberg pleaded guilty to each individual murder, receiving 4 additional life terms without parole. As of March 2025, he remains incarcerated at the Potosi Correctional Center in Potosi.
There's a lot of bad dudes in the
I've heard,
Potosi.
where is Potosi?
Potosi, that's where remember when I did that outdoor leadership
Yeah.
thing and I went through the forest with all those
Oh,
people?
yeah.
That was down in Potosi. It's
Oh,
down,
I
is it
remember that.
south? It's like 4 hours away. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful town, but there's a lot of bad mamma jammas in their jail. So,
But yeah.
wow. Oh
So
my
anyway,
gosh.
that's the case of Gary Muehlberg, and
Isn't
thank
it
goodness he's still in prison.
crazy that, like, that can happen, like, literally, like, 3, 4 hours down the road, and I've
Yeah,
never
heard of
heard of
it.
this, which I guess if he was, that in 2022 but here's the thing is, when he was arrested and put in jail there in the '90s, I guess since Kenneth was a man, they never made any connections maybe to these 4 women, because like, you would have thought they would have been like, "Okay, surely this isn't the first time he'd killed."
Right.
So you would have thought maybe they would have looked and are there any others where he put them in a coffin? The
Yes,
people were
or
found in a
package.
package, but, there was a long time
Mhm.
between, but,
But thank goodness he was caught. I mean, this was just
absolutely.
3 years ago.
That he was caught, and so he obviously isn't in that much a kidney failure, I mean, or he's still how old
He's
would he be? He's dad's
Yeah,
age.
he's our dad's age, so he's in his late
70s,
70s.
yeah, okay, okay, wow, Mindy, that was a very interesting case,
Would
so
you mind saying a little prayer for the families
absolutely,
of all those ladies?
yes. Dear Lord, um, thank you for bringing this case to our attention today so we have the opportunity to recognize those victims again and to continue to say their names out loud. Because, again, we're looking at people that were very susceptible to being taken advantage of. And it's just very, very sad. And their families and anyone that had connections to them, how heartbreaking for them. So continue to watch out for those families, continue to watch out for the children and the ex spouses of
Yes.
Muehlberg, and dear Lord, just be with our vulnerable populations
Yes.
and, you know, just be with them and guide them and help protect and keep them safe.
Yes.
Again, thank you for bringing us here today. And those of you out there, we hope, you have a blessed, blessed day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys, until next time, as always, stay curious, stay safe, and stay kind. Thank you for listening. This has been Missouri Mayhem, Mystery and Murder. I'm Megan.
And I'm Mindy,
Missouri, as always, you bring the mystery.
and we'll bring the mayhem.
Peace out.